Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Yes, 1 second. Okay, it just now went live.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Justin Hartley is the new Adam. So that's pretty cool. I'm kind of surprised. I almost expected them to go with like a no name, or like somebody we hadn't heard of before. I'm surprised that they went with someone that we knew from Passions. So
I know. Maybe they think he'll draw, he'll draw the audience because
yeah,
he is a known. So I
yeah.
don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Lot going on in Genoa City. So I've been
I
like on the
know.
edge of my seat.
I know. It's been really good lately.
And I never would have guessed that Mariah is a twin. You would have thought that
Yeah.
Sharon knew she was carrying twins in this day and
Right.
age, you
I
know?
know. Oh, have you seen the preview for next week yet?
No, I have not.
You have not seen it yet. Well, we have to show it. It's like a minute long or something.
Okay.
Um, so let me bring it up. It shouldn't take more than a second.
All right.
Yeah. So
Ah,
she's
yeah.
Mariah's in a wedding dress.
Yeah, I think she's trying to seduce her daddy, so you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that happened a couple of days ago. Did you see that
Yeah.
with the? That was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but from the previews, it looks like Ian has her in a wedding dress. So
Uh,
it's like he's holding her. And I know. Did you see yesterday's episode?
I read the synopsis of yesterday's episode,
Right.
so
Well, yesterday she was trying to get in touch with Ian. She was going to leave town, and it looked like she was going up to his room at the GCAC. So I don't know if that's where he has her this coming week or what. But
and
yeah,
I know that they talked about the plan and things like that. So who that Ian, but you need the bad guys like that.
yeah,
And
to
then
stir things up.
it's funny because then that's when I like Victor Newman, that he's evil and nasty, because then he'll get Ian, just like Victor Kiriakis.
Right,
I
right.
am I'm jumping over to Days of Our Lives. I'm glad that Victor's kind of the bad guy, because some of these people that need to be handled, like Teresa, like Kristen,
Hmm.
he's going to be there. Eve Donovan,
Right,
what he and Maggie are doing, for that. So in terms of paying her off, she won't sue Jennifer over the proceeds from Jack's book and the movie
right.
from the book. So
So
it,
are we getting any closer to them wrapping up the EJ and Sammy thing? I can't remember when their last air date is, but
I think it's going to be more toward the end of the year, because Deidre Hall I follow her on Facebook, and she was sharing Christmas photos. So I think they're shooting episodes around Christmas time, because they had
yeah.
Christmas trees and all of that. And it showed Sammy, and then also Carrie.
Hmm.
So,
So
and
she
I think those are the recent. I think those were recent. I don't think they were like the throwbacks. I think those were recent. So,
right. Well, they film a couple of months in advance.
yes.
So yeah, that's probably what that's about. So yeah, that would be weird to shoot Christmas episodes in August, but I
and
guess
and then yeah, of course they have to do that, and then who knows how long John is going to be in that coma.
hmm
That it's like, well, of course the same with Phyllis over on The Young and the Restless, but I know
right.
Phyllis is getting ready to come out of that coma.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
fireworks will start there.
that'll be interesting to see how that plays out with Sharon's secret and Nick and the whole Mariah thing and yeah, I wonder if Nick's gonna stay with her after he finds out what she did.
I don't know. It's almost like that was a different Sharon.
Yeah.
So you hope that they can get beyond that.
Mhm.
But but we'll see. It's as we know in soaps, there's no black and white. There are so many shades of gray,
Right.
even more than 50 shades,
Even more
I
than
must say.
50. Yeah.
Yeah, so it just there's so many things because like Austin, and you have to attribute it to the writers as well. Like on The Young and the Restless, Austin. I mean, yes, Austin. He did shoot the chief of police, although
Mhm.
I don't think he's entirely to blame. Yes, he had the gun, but he was fighting with Dylan for the gun.
Right.
So it's not like he said, "Oh, there's the chief of police. Let me aim the
I'm
gun
gonna
and
shoot
shoot
him.
him." Yeah.
Right.
So you kind of are pulling for Austin because he's
Yeah,
this troubled soul.
yeah, I kind of pull for him. I think a lot of people I saw on Twitter where a lot of people were like, "I'm getting so tired of the poor Austin thing." But I mean, he's remorseful. He's not, he's not like Adam was. Adam was evil, and I know that there are a lot of Adam fans out there, but he was evil. He did a lot of evil things.
That is just so creepy that he put the camera in Connor's room and
Yeah.
and all of that. That's just really, and then he's mad that Chelsea and Billy, are getting close and intimate. It's like, well, you're pretending to be dead.
Right.
Why should you be upset? Then show yourself.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that is very, very strange. And, something that I feel bad about is the fact that, we were talking about a second ago, Phyllis is about to wake up. But I like Jack and Kelly now. So I'm kind of torn.
I know.
I'm torn. I feel sorry for Kelly, so I want her with Jack, but I know that he was with Phyllis before, and yeah, so I kind of hate to see them break up at this point.
Now, is Kelly a permanent character?
I think she is now.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if she was recurring when she first started. I think she may have been recurring when she first started, but she's on there every day, so I'm assuming she's not recurring anymore. I haven't heard anything definitive about her status change, but like I said, she's on there just about every day. So.
Okay.
Most of the time with a recurring character, they're not on there. And Neil is blind, and Malcolm is coming back for a little while, so that'll be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that whole thing with Neil and Hillary and Devon, it's like, I just sometimes these storylines are exasperating. It's like, okay, Hillary, you wait till after you marry Neil, when you probably had these feelings for Devon before, and it's, I know they like to make those triangles, but
and it seemed like she and Devon fell like deeply in love, like out of nowhere, like you could tell that. Yeah, you could tell that they liked each other and there was an attraction there, but all of a sudden they're just madly in love with one another, and where did that come from?
And I don't know. Well, I know that Devon, he liked Hillary before.
Mm-hmm.
Before she married Neil. I think he went up. Kane talked him into going up to. I don't think they knew. I don't think at the time Kane even knew it was Hillary, but talked him into saying, "Tell her."
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when he goes to her room and he hears her in
with
there.
Neil. Yeah.
So maybe if I know a lot of ifs, but of course, then you won't have that storyline, that triangle, if he would have just,
Right.
I guess if you or I were writing these soaps, they'd be boring because we'd have them turn out the way we want, and we wouldn't have conflict, and everybody'd be happy.
Right.
And
right.
Yeah. So
Probably. Yeah. Well, yeah, so I wonder how Lily's going to react when she finds out, because she's going to find out at some point about Kane keeping all this from her, because he's known for a long time what's been going on with Devon and Hillary, and Lily she has patience for nothing at this
Oy.
point. So
I know. Yeah, maybe she'll throw him in the pool. I don't know.
she's crazy right now. She's a little scary.
She really is. And you know, like when she knocked Hillary into the pool, it's like, you know, it's in front of these children, and it's like, oh, come on.
Right.
But you know, that just adds to it, to all the conflict. Yeah.
Right. Well, what about Nikki with her drinking right now? She's about to start drinking again, and I can understand why they went there, but at the same time, I'm like, I cannot believe that she's letting this little pipsqueak Ian Ward drive her to drink. I mean,
God love her. I love the character of Nikki, but they are making her so needy and clingy and whiny, and I've got to go talk. You know, I've got to go talk to Paul and this and that, and then Chris Chris. You know, that character is starting to get on my nerves. Just the way
I've never seen Christine act the way that she's acting now. She acts like a high school teenager who's afraid that her boyfriend is going to be talking to the cheerleader or something. You know, it's weird.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I like the side of her.
No, I don't either. But I don't like what we're seeing with Nikki, and I understand that the characters go through peaks and valleys.
Right.
I think if she just seems so unstable and just so weak and you know, like and I'm like, how could Victor love someone like that who is so acting so weak? I mean, you can go back into the alcoholism if you want, like Brady did on Days of Our Lives, without being this weak, wilting flower. Yeah. I just, you know, I understand a lot's happened to Nikki. Mm-hmm. There are lots going on, but don't make her a whiner.
Right.
Don't make her a whiner. Don't whine, Nikki. And you know, obviously that's the way the writers want her to be. It's like, no, give her that strength. I mean, that's what you know, she's endured all this stuff throughout all the years, and just as a fan, I just don't want to see her play this weak character, because it's like, how does Victor stand the whining?
Yeah, I totally get that. I don't know if they were trying to do this thing where it was like, well, she's so broken down that is what's driving her to drink, but at the same time, I'm like you, I just don't see her getting that weak from everything that Ian is putting her through.
To go to Paul and Christine's cabin? Oi, come on.
Right, because of something that was in the tabloids. Now, I mean, her diary was in the tabloids. Big deal. She's a Newman. They've been in the tabloids, like, ever since she's been in that family. So what's the, you know... I just have a hard time believing that she would let that drive her over the edge. I think it would take a lot more than that at this point.
You know, when she does that kind of stuff, I can kind of understand Christine, but because I'm annoyed.
Right.
And that's not even affecting, you know, anyone in my circles. But it's like, come on, give her more strength and more dignity.
Right. Let her go. I agree.
Let her go back to the bottle, but let her as strong and dignified.
Right,
person.
Exactly. Yeah, and now they've cast Meredith Baxter to be like her drinking buddy, which is strange. It seemed a little random, but
yeah.
You know, I don't know. It seemed like random casting. I mean, it might be a good fit. Who knows? But yeah, it just seemed like, okay, well, we put her in the place to be Nikki's drinking buddy because I guess she needed someone to drink with. I don't know.
Hey, you know, you should never drink alone.
You should never drink alone. So I don't know if she's going to try to like encourage her to drink, or you know, that's yeah. I'm not sure how that's gonna.
Kind of like what the Tracy character did for Brady.
Yeah. Well, I guess everyone needs sort of a, you know, the devil on their shoulder or something to kind of push them, you know, into that.
Well, I just want my Brady back, and I hope that, he's coming out of the depths of the despair and all of that, and I can't wait for the truth to come out. And
Yeah.
again, and we've talked about this before, but I cannot believe that Kim Brady and Shane Donovan, that they just breed these horrific children. I
I
mean,
know it seems unreal.
it's like, I know Eve is Shane's daughter. I forget who the mother is.
Mhm.
But I remember when she was that troubled teen. But it's like, wow, Shane is like Dudley Do-Right, and he's so noble and all of that, and it's like the
Right.
spawns of Satan or something. It's
I don't. They're probably not even their children, really. It's probably something Stefano did to, I don't know, punish them for something. I don't at some point.
that could be, and I really hope that Jennifer gets back with the good doctor.
Right.
God, what's his name?
Daniel.
Daniel.
Yeah. Right.
I hate to see them split up. So
Yeah.
that was just kind of ridiculous. The reason for the split.
Mhm.
That you didn't think I was going to tell her or tell Eric, and I'm like, oh man. So
Yeah. So characters, they break up over some of the most bizarre reasons. Sometimes it's something really stupid, and it's like, in real
yeah.
life, it would take more than that.
And the other thing on Days, this thing with Bo and being gone, this is so out of character.
Mhm.
All right, that Bo would just abandon. Okay, maybe he doesn't want to be with Hope, but his daughter,
Right.
Sierra,
Right.
which and
And
some of the
she's like what, 6 or something? She's
some of the
pretty
things that
young.
I know, some of the things that come out of her mouth too. It's like,
Mm.
no, Hope, you run the show, not the kid. I don't
Right.
want to go to Mount Rushmore.
Right.
That kind of thing. So okay, we
Sounds like
spent.
some of this. Sounds like some of the stuff that's going on with General Hospital right now too. I mean, it's like, when Jonathan Jackson left the show, they just completely dissolved the Lucky character, and he had a kid, an infant child, and he left him, and no one ever hears from him. So it's like, if you're not going
Yeah.
to recast, at least come up with a plausible reason why they're not there anymore.
Exactly, and they've recast the Bo character before. Now I don't know if they just don't want
Mhm.
that character, which surprises me because historically soaps, they will take characters from those foundation families, and then you just keep it going until they get old. Now I'm not clear on the real reason why Peter Reckle left, if he was pushed out or if he just felt he wasn't getting the storylines,
I'm not
or
sure about it either, but like you said, they've recast Bo before. That Robert Kelker Kelly played
yes,
Bo and he did fine. I mean, he was a good recast for the Bo character.
yes.
So I don't know if and he was on General Hospital for a little while, so I don't know if they tried to get him back on Days of Our Lives or if that was just something that they decided not to do. But I mean, he would be a good choice if they could get him back.
Yeah, I mean, I know this tension now, the sexual tension with Hope and Aiden, and they want Hope to have this love interest, and Aiden's got his little secret and all that.
Hmm.
But it's like, Bo, come on, Bo and
Right.
Hope, all that they've been through, and I think you need that. Yes, you've got the young people, obviously they have to come in, but you need that. I
You
mean,
need
I
a
remember
balance.
you need that family, and I don't know if they're trying to make Maggie and Victor, which not really, because she married into that Horton family, and now
Hmm.
she's married to Mr. Tough Guy.
Right.
So it's not really that. Caroline, she seems to be getting better.
Hmm.
The actress who plays her, I mean, I know for a while there she didn't seem well,
Yeah.
but now she seems fine. I mean, she actually, can walk, like that when she went to see Sammy at the DeMera Mansion, she
Yeah,
walked in and all that. So,
something happened to her, but I can't remember what it was.
and I don't know, but she seems better. But even
Hmm.
there, because Sean Brady, he died, so you need that what I call the foundation family,
Hmm.
and you know, you've got it on The Young and the Restless with the Abbotts and the Newmans. They're
Mhm.
kind of carrying that on, but Days is kind of losing that. And
Yeah.
that, I mean, you originally had the Hortons, and then they brought in the Brady family,
Mhm.
but I think it should really be the Hortons. And
Yeah.
why they don't bring some of those siblings back.
Yeah, see, I don't understand that either, and that's something that I think that Young and the Restless has done really well with kind of integrating the younger generations with the older generations and keeping those core families. You know, I think that's
Yes.
something that they've always done really well. But some of the other soaps, I think that's where they start falling apart when they lose their foundation, like you said.
Yes, and I like you say the core family, and I like that. And why, you know, why don't you get, of course, you know, Marie, former sister Marie Horton, you know, the fact that it was her daughter Jessica, who's the mother of Nick, who was Mr. Evil one there.
Right.
But you know, and Doug and Julie, granted, they pop in every now and again, and you know, I know that you know, Doug and Susan Hayes probably, I know he's getting up there, so it's probably, although you know, John Aniston is kind of getting up there too.
Right.
So you know, I don't know, like for Jennifer Horton, oh, Laura Horton is her mother. So like
Mhm.
Laura, like why don't you have Laura and Bill? Why don't
Well,
you cast them?
Laura came in. She kind of came in and out a little bit, but I think it was mostly, you know, for like funerals and that sort of thing. But yeah,
Yeah,
she's not there on any kind of permanent
I
basis.
meant to have a. It's almost like Jennifer is now carrying the torch because
Right.
she's living in Alice and Tom's house.
Right.
So I
Yeah,
don't know.
she's like the matriarch, and there needs to be someone else there because I still consider her kind of part of the younger generation.
Oh,
So,
absolutely. And I don't know if that's where Maggie comes in, but I'm
mhm.
like, but she married into the family and she's not
Right.
really a Horton. And let's see, Mickey, yeah, Mickey died. I
Mhm.
got to keep track of all these Hortons, all my Hortons.
Yeah.
Uh, so I don't know. I think we need some of the older ones there for that wisdom, that continuity,
Yeah,
and
you need.
it's just too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, like I said, I think that's where a lot of the soaps fall apart when they kind of neglect the history and you know they bring in all these new younger characters, which is fine, but you have to be able to find a way to integrate them with they have to be part of the history, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And
Hmm.
you know, like I said, I think that's something that Young and the Restless does really well.
Yes.
Because we're still seeing captivating storylines from those core families, and you know they bring on the younger generations and they mix them together. So it's a nice blend with that show. But yeah, I think some of the other shows for whatever reason they struggle with that. I'm not sure why that is, but
And they're trying to attract. I don't know if it's because they're trying to attract a younger audience. Well, when I was young, you know, a child growing up watching soap operas with my mom,
mhm,
you had Alice and Tom Horton, and they
right,
were, to me anyway, they were older people. So
right,
I don't understand why they think you have to have a whole younger crowd. I mean, you
right.
need that blend.
Well, you know, and I grew up watching the Bo and Hope and the Kimberly and Shane, and they were
Yeah.
older for me, but I was
Right.
captivated by that. I didn't need the teenage set to keep me interested in the stories. So
Right.
I think that it's just a matter of them being out of touch with what their viewers gravitate toward.
Right. Of course, I remember when Hope was a baby and her mom died, pushing her out of the way.
I don't remember that,
And
so
then almost like that, Hope was you know, a youngster, was like a teen,
right.
and
Well, the
then
way they super age them, yeah.
yeah, they super age him. And then she got involved with well, she was mad. She didn't like the fact that her dad got involved with Julie.
Hmm.
I remember that she was causing trouble for Julie. And then when she got involved with Bo
Hmm.
Brady, I remember that. You know, he was a
Yeah.
teenager, and all of that. So
he was the older guy, and yeah.
right, right. But it's nice that you have some of those characters from way back, like you still have Marlena, um, you know, and John, even though he's laying there and just kind of in his coma.
Right.
And Roman, Roman was introduced years and years and years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So
and they've had different Romans, and Roman. I mean, the stuff that Stefano did with some of those characters is.
Well, remember when they were all on the island and everybody thought they were dead?
Everyone thought they were dead, and then they brought them all back. And,
yeah.
How many times has Jack been off and on? I think every time they change writers, they either fire Matthew Ashford or they bring him back.
Well, I don't think there's any bringing him back now.
Yeah.
Well, then again,
Then again, you never know. I mean,
I know all my children. They killed off Dixie and with those poison pancakes and brought her back. So you never know.
Well, before we run out of time, I want to touch on the primetime Ennies just a little bit. Do you watch the primetime Ennies?
Did they already air?
They're airing Monday nights.
Monday night?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can watch them.
Yeah, I don't usually watch them, but I think I'm gonna watch this year, just to kind of see what's nominated and who wins and everything. Because I know like a lot of the Netflix shows, I think a few of them are nominated again. So it's interesting to see the way that television is going now, where things, popping up all over the online and the subscription things. So.
Well, and who would have thought that you would have original programming on a TNT?
Right.
Or,
well, it used to just be the three major networks.
Right.
And now
and then these other channels, AMC, I thought that they just used to run movies.
Right.
And now they have original content,
Right.
HBO, things like that. So it's really interesting to see that some very good, critically acclaimed shows are on those what we would call non-traditional channels. So it's really there's almost too much.
And there is too much. And it's like TV Land when they started doing the original programming, and they have all kinds of sitcoms now. So yeah, I mean it's crazy. I can remember when they were playing reruns of like Mr. Ed and stuff, and now they have.
I will tell you my secret vice of TV watching, besides soap operas. You may have where you are. It's called MeTV, Memorable Entertainment, and they air all the old shows.
Yeah.
Well, on Sunday at noon, it's the Brady Brunch, where they show 4 episodes of the Brady Bunch, and I generally tune in. I don't know why. I just love watching the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
Except when they jump the shark when Cousin Oliver gets there, and then I don't watch those episodes.
Right.
But
after they've been on for a while, there's always something that's where they, like you said, they jump the shark, and it's.
Yeah. So that's my little vice is watching the Brady Bunch. I love to watch it. So
yeah, well I still watch Nick at Night, and I watch the reruns on there, and I don't think I have MeTV, but I watch like the Friends reruns, but Nick at Night is getting to where they play some of like the newer. I mean, even How I Met Your Mother is moving to Nick at Night in September. So yeah, they're not old shows.
And even TV Land, which that originally was old shows, and now they have original content.
Hot in Cleveland was big. I know someone asked me, I think it was my dad asked me why Hot in Cleveland wasn't on like CBS or NBC or something like that. And I said, it doesn't matter anymore. It's not, you don't have to be on one of the 3 major networks to be a hit. it's like TNT with Dallas, and some of their shows. Last Ship was big this summer, so. Yeah, but I meant to tell you, I have the first season of Downton Abbey on DVD now.
So awesome!
I haven't started it yet, but maybe once I catch up, we can do a Downton Abbey themed show.
You have to follow on Twitter the Dowager Countess. She's
Okay.
hysterical. She was tweeting during the Super Bowl, or whoever it is behind that that username. But the Dowager Countess was tweeting during the Super Bowl last year. It was hysterical. So she's
Yeah,
got
I'm gonna have to do that.
some real witty tweets. But season
I'm a
5,
little late. Yeah, go ahead.
season 5 starts in January.
Yes.
Yeah, you got some catching up to do, but it's only eight shows per season, and of course on the
Right.
DVD they have extra things that you
Right.
can watch. But
I'm a little late to the Downton party, so maybe I can get caught up before January and yeah. So yeah, first season I've got to check into that. Last weekend I binge watched Nashville because I had like 9 or 10 episodes of that on the DVR. So I've got to get caught up on the DVR first, and then maybe I can get caught up with the DVDs and stuff like that. So
just have a box of tissues nearby, because it can be heart-wrenching.
oh no.
Not so much the first season, but as it goes on, it can be very heart-wrenching. So,
Yeah, that's what I hear. So yeah,
but
we may crawl through a Downton Abbey pajama party show or something. I don't know.
there you go.
Right. Okay. Well, before we sign off, I want to let you go so you can get to bed since we were late getting started tonight, and I apologize for that. I don't know what happened.
I apologize.
It's Google Hangout. Sometimes it just doesn't work, and the next one we schedule, we'll start it much earlier than this. We just have to work out these kinks, I guess. So
Yeah.
But before we go, I want to wish a happy birthday to my friend Carolina Savas, the creator and star of Broken at Love. Today's her birthday, so we want to say happy birthday to her. Right, so that's why she's not here tonight, so I think she's celebrating. So
Awesome.
yeah. So, okay, well, we're going to say goodnight now, and we'll have another show soon, and we'll do it earlier. So
Yes.
if we have any problems, then we won't be up all night.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Liz.
Okay, thank you, Paul.
All right, bye.
Bye.